Hey, what's up? It's Patrick. It's Rose via Fire. And I pray this message reaches who it needs to reach. So let's talk about your kids are not your punching bag. A message to parents. You know what I'm saying? So, man, you got some of these parents to whereas they be having kids just to use their kids as a punching bag. You know what I'm saying? This stuff is sick, bro. Because this is not God's will. God's will is not for you to have kids and use them as a punching bag. You know what I'm saying? And there's three types of ways in which parents be using their kids as a punching bag. They could be using their kids as a punching bag, as a mental punching bag, physical punching bag, or an emotional punching bag. And I'm gonna break down these examples too. Man, some of these parents, bro, they be using their kids as a mental punching bag to whereas, or the parent is stressed. Now they taking out they mental stress on their kid, bro. They using them as a mental punching bag. They taking out their mental stress on their kid, bro. You know what I'm saying? This stuff is sick, bro. Stuff is demonic, bro. It's sick. And then you got another type of whereas they using them as a emotional punching bag. Oh, they don't feel emotionally good, so now they using their kid as an emotional punching bag. You know what I'm saying? Stuff crazy. And then the other example is the physical punching bag, to whereas they just physically, like, just physical abuse, man. Like, physical abuse, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, physically beating their kids, bro. Physically punching their kid, bro. Physically kicking their kid and punching their kid, bro. Pushing their kid, bro. You know what I'm saying? So they using their kid as a physical punching bag. In all these three ways, whether it be like mental punching bag, physical punching bag, emotional punching bag, they all terrible, man. Which one is worse? They all bad, bro. They all terrible. Because now these kids have all this trauma. Soon as their parents come home, they got to run to their room, bro. They living in fear, man. Because these parents done turned into like the devil now. Straight abusive. This is not God's will, bro. This is demonic. You using your, bro, they be having a kid, bro, specifically to use them as a punching bag, bro. That's not right, bro. That is not God's will, bro. For you to use your kids as a punching bag. That is not God's will. Your kid ain't did nothing to deserve this. Your kid ain't did nothing to you or anything. That you just decided to have a kid. You probably was bored. You decided to have a kid just to use them as a punching bag. You know what I'm saying? Stuff is crazy, bro. And sometimes people only consider the physical abuse as the only type of abuse. But there's the mental abuse too, man. There's the emotional abuse too, man. You getting abused mentally and emotionally, man. They making you into a mental punching bag and an emotional punching bag. And the mental is one of the scariest ones too. The mental punching bag is one of the scariest ones too. It's one of the worst ones too, man. It's terrible, man. They all terrible, man. You know what I'm saying? Stuff is sick, bro. God did not create and give you kids, bro, just for you to use them as a punching bag, bro. This is exactly what be going on. Some of these parents be using their kids as a punching bag. And then they be like, hey, man, like, what happens in the house stays in the house. What do you mean? You using your kid as a punching bag, man. Your kid is living in fear and trauma. You know what I'm saying? Dear Lord, man, I just pray that you will give these kids deliverance and just set them free from this stuff, man. Give them peace. Heal their pain, man. You know what I'm saying? Heal their pain, set them free, and deliver them from these abusive homes, man. Because that's not your will, God, man. Like, man, bro, this stuff, bro. Stuff crazy, bro. This the world we living in, bro. All type of sick stuff be going on, bruh. This the type of world we're living in, bruh. Sick stuff going on, bruh. Like, God did not give you kids for you to use them as a punching bag, bro. You're using them as an emotional punching bag because you cannot you cannot manage your emotion. Now, you're taking out your emotional frustration and anger. Or you don't feel good. Now you got to use your kid as a punching bag. What did they do to deserve that? These kids ain't be doing nothing to deserve that. You know what I'm saying? What crime did they commit? Being born? That's the crime they committed? Now they got to be used as a punching bag? Now they got to be traumatized? And then some of these fathers, man, they don't only just punch their kid. They be kicking their kids too. You kicking your kids now? What going on now, bruh? Stuff is sick, bruh. But I just pray that God will really just set these kids free, deliver them from the abusive home, bruh. Deliver them from these wicked parents who serving the devil, man. You know what I'm saying? That's not God's will, bruh. These parents done lost their mind, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Some of these parents done lost their mind, and I'm just keeping it real. They literally had kids. They was bored, so they had kids. Just to use their kids as a punching bag. That's not right, bro. That's sick. That's demonic, man. But, yeah, man, that's basically everything I wanted to say, bro. Peace.